How's it going, everybody? My name is Jose Trujillo, and I'm going to share with you my five tips for selling your artwork, okay? Here we go. Tip number one, numero uno, decide that you want to sell the work. You got to disattach yourself from it. That's the first thing. Many artists do not decide that. They can't disattach themselves from the artwork, so therefore they never sell it, and they go on years saying, I'm going to sell my work. The reality is that they never made the decision to disattach themselves. Disattach yourself from the work. You have to let it go, okay? Tip number one. Tip number two is have a body of work. Have a body of work. Now, real life is not like Instagram where it all has to look the same with a cohesive look and the same palette and blah, 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 blah. Does it help? I don't know. I think it helps galleries. It makes them feel better. I don't know. Maybe on Instagram it works. Real life, it's not like that, guys. Just don't focus on that yet. Okay? It's not really that important. Like, just create work. That's what's more important in this step. And don't worry about style either, which is something that artists tend to like over-focus on. Style, I believe, is something that you graduate to. Like, don't even focus on that yet. Just create. Okay, so create a body of work. Tip number three is choose an avenue. Now, this means a gallery, whatever, right? Online platforms, Saatchi Art, Etsy, whatever, right? Social media. Choose an avenue. What I mean by that is go on it and go fucking hard, okay? Like, don't go on it and be like, oh, man, like, I'm going to try this. No, like, go hard. Go kick it. Pound it. Go kick its ass. Otherwise, it's going to kick your ass. Kick its ass. Because you're going to start finding out how it works. So you got to do a lot of mistakes. You got to go just pound, and then you're going to start finding, oh, okay, I made enough mistakes here, and then you tweak it. That's how you start learning. Okay, so doesn't mean you can't add other platforms on it, but go for one. It doesn't matter which one you go for. Stop looking at which one's the best way. There's no, people make it great on any of them. Like, people win at all of them. Any given one of those. Just go pick one and go hard, okay? Tip number four, that was tip number three. Tip number four is build an audience. Build an audience. Show up. That's what I mean by kick ass, okay? Show up so that other people start being like, oh my God, let me see, there's some fire there. Who's this cat? It's Jose Trujillo, world's greatest living artist. Yeah. Okay? And, and you start building an audience. Now, you build an audience, you graduate to what is called a list, okay? And that's a whole other thing, but you want to build an audience at least to start out with. You want people to show up and be like, oh, awesome, new painting, cool. They comment, they like, they talk to you if it's toe-to-toe, right, on a gallery. They talk to you, you have an interaction happening, and then people start knowing you. They start talking about you. That's building an audience, okay? Tip number five, be patient while kicking ass. What do I mean by this? Many of us are like, man, if I'm just patient, it's all going to sort out. No, it's not. You got to put in the work, and you got to put loads of it, like shit loads of it, a lot. And then on the other end, many of us are like, I'm just going to work really hard. And what happens is that we become impatient, and we even develop anxiety. We're like, oh my God, this is not happening. And I believe the reason is because there's so much overthinking. Like, there's some working, but there's more overthinking than working. So what I mean, be patient while kicking ass, is be patient up here, okay? Be patient, like, don't think about it, and move very fast and hard to the next thing and the next thing. And then what that's going to do, these are my tips, okay? This is what I do. What that does is that it rests my mind because I'm not thinking about it, I'm doing. Notice that when you're doing something, you're not thinking about it. If you're either doing it or you're thinking about it. You can't do both, right? So when you're doing something, you're not thinking about it. When you're not doing is when you start overthinking and you're like, oh my God, which one should I go to? eBay, Etsy, Saatchi Art, Fine Art America. I'm so confused. That's why I say don't worry about it. Jump. You got to do more doing than thinking, okay? And I'm going to give you a 5.5 tip right here, okay? 5.5 is do whatever you're doing, don't neglect the other stuff. Meaning don't wait. Like if I say tip number 2 is have a body of work, don't go into the art studio and be like, oh my God, I'm going to go get a body, I'm going to go do a body of work and I'm not going to worry about choosing an avenue or marketing on Instagram or whatever. Like, no, dude, like go work on that some hours and go put another hour over there. And go put another hour on building an audience or 30 minutes, whatever your time allows. Like, you got to do it all. Okay? It's got to work together. Synchronize. It's got to work together. If not, you're going to start feeling the effects of waiting. Waiting becomes analyzing, becomes paralyzing. It's perfectionism, really. You're trying to be a perfectionist and then therefore never move the ball forward. So there are my 5 tips. I hope that you guys find it useful, helpful, and go kick some ass. All right? My name is Jose Trujillo. Thank you so much. Bye.